So, an off the tracks update. The driveway's looking rather full of stuff that was in the garage. There's going to be a reason for that. And I see the foreman's keeping an eye on something. So the site area has ground to a halt at the minute, with as bookies say, it being heavy underfoot. By the looks of it, the grass is starting to shoot everywhere. I can see little green shoots everywhere now. So yeah, I did get the wheel nuts and studs replaced on the digger, but apart from that, not a lot else has happened here. I did get a chap. I had my stock cages over there full of cut wood for my fire that I didn't need, so I advertised them with a few extra bits, and he basically cleared me out of all my old crap wood, rotten pallets, all the old framework supports that were on the old fencing. He took all of that, and I did change the cabinet in the garage before he came, because I thought, well, he might take that away as well, which luckily he did. He didn't really want it, but we did put the old kitchen cabinet up. So we've utilised most of the old kitchen, apart from this damn thing, which I can't find a home for, and no one seems to want it. But the reason all my contents of my garage is outside is my bag of cat litter just goes on the floor, which I use for oil spills. So we've painted the floor. I did do part of it last night, in the hope that it would be dry today and I could move everything over. But that didn't work. It was still a little bit tacky. I did get my garage workshop blow air kerosene heater out and put that on it to try and speed the process up. While it was blowing hot air over there, I painted that area. Some coffee. So the reason I have created yet more work for myself is, well, some of you know because I've mentioned it in chat, I've ordered the wood for the build. I've sort of worked out roughly what I need for the framework and the roof trusses and joists, and crunched it all together. Started doing online quotes with a few of the wood yards that you can go online, and it came out to about 1,517 pounds, which was cheaper than when I done the estimate back when I was doing this roof, because these lengths of 6x2 were £20 nearly, and they're now 50, just under 15. And similarly 4x2, which I've got up there, was 15 a length, or no, 12 a length, and it's now just under a tenner. It's about £3 cheaper. So it had gone down from when I crunched the numbers 3 years ago. So I went to my local yard. He was 1,377. Well, the competition was 1,377. So I went down to my local yard and gave him what I wanted, and he came up with 1,305. And then I mentioned cash, and it went down to 1,200. So I paid him the spondoolies yesterday. So we have coming on Tuesday. This is Sunday as I record. He spotted something over there. He can clear that fence. 6x2s. They're 145 by 45 millimeters in new money, but C24 grade. 14 of those to do the ceiling. 50 lengths of 5.4 meter batten. Can't remember what that is in foot. 5 meters is 16 feet, so that's about 17 feet, I know. 4x2s, C24s again, 4.8, which I think is about 13 feet, if I remember. 71 of those, 50 of the batten, and 26 sheets of 8x4 OSB, 11mm. I did debate whether to use 9mm because it would have only saved about £25–35, which in the big picture of things is negligible really. So I'm going for 11mm OSB to do the walls, not plasterboard. When I priced it before, it was actually cheaper to use OSB than it was plasterboard. I think it's back the other way now, but I prefer to use timber on the walls because it will give me better fixings for other general things. You know, just light duty shelving and TV brackets and pictures and stuff. Far more easy, just put a screw in and job's done. You haven't got to mess around with some kind of specialist plasterboard fixing. So the deal has been done, the money's been paid, the wood's coming on Tuesday, so I was trying to clear this to store some of it in here, or all of it in here at the minute, pending removal of the shed in the garden, so that I can put some pallets down and obviously stack the wood outside. I can put some sheets over it or some tin to protect it from the elements, and obviously site it in such a way as it won't get in the way of me doing the concreting come next year. That's the plan anyway. So that's brings us up to speed at the minute. Obviously I'll cut back in with this video come Tuesday when I have a massive pile of wood and I can't move or swing a bloody cat. But I do have a plan B and a half, or a plan A and a half, I don't know, because I did have an idea before all of this. The reason I'm ordering the wood so far in advance is because of our glorious new government, just in case they do raise VAT, which is our purchase tax in the UK, currently at 20% on the pound. Obviously I'm buying it now to save me some money in case VAT goes up. Doesn't look like there's any rumours of it, but obviously there are other taxes that will go up, which means down the line everyone still pays for it. Fuel will go up, taxes on wages and stuff will go up, so products are going to go up to pay it for it, aren't they? So Joe Public always ends up still footing the bill. So I've got ahead of it, hopefully. Although obviously I'm still going to have to pay quite a lot of money for cement, which is already rather expensive considering what it used to be 4 or 5 years ago. And obviously aggregate and cement, ballast and such like also got very expensive because quarries no longer get concessionary diesel. They have to use white road diesel now at full tax rate. They can't use the old red stuff anymore. So that put about £70 a tonne on everything. So trying to get ahead of the game, I guess, with regards to saving money. I always prefer to save money if I can, one way or the other. So that's it for now, until I've got a big pile of bloody wood in the way. Well, we're not back with the wood yet. We are on wood, but not the delivered type. As you can see, we have lowered the vehicle on the ramp finally for a long while. Not since I've done the roof has it really moved. But I've got this rather long piece of wood here, which I couldn't jiggle round because it was stored over there flat on the roof rack, because the other one is up there. So this one's probably going to go up there. Well, it's going to go up there anyway, because it's the only place I've got to put it. Because that's a 5.4, I think, or a 5.2 metre. So that's the next little job, and it gives you the sort of a view of the roof you probably haven't seen since I built the garage. Obviously there's a few more gusset plates got to go in. Somewhere there's a template, and somewhere hopefully I've got a piece of plywood to cut a few more up. But yeah, everything's been a-okay, touch wood, since I done it. Some of the screws for the solar fitting were a tad long, shall we say. But other than that, yeah, next thing I've got to sort out is some ladder storage back up here again. I seem to have misplaced the hooks since I stripped the roof off. I've got two up there, but there should be another pair this other side, which seem to have gone AWOL somewhere in a box or a bucket somewhere. So yeah, we're a day away now from the imminent delivery of the wood. And I'm beginning to feel it, unfortunately. Which is not what you want when you got a handball, a shit ton of wood, but the number one son will have to give me a hand. Well, I had the idea of clearing the van out, and that way the 26 sheets of 8x4 can go in the back of the van. This is my old white van, if you recall. It had that railway layout in it, which begs the question, where's the railway layout going? Oh, bad job, hard job, pain in the arse job. Knackered back job, and I've got to be 100% tomorrow to move all the wood. But it's far from perfect. Oh God, I would have had a few words to say to the chap who built it with drilling the hole so tight that you can't pull the screws in and out. You've got to unscrew them all of the way, so it takes ages. And then you get to another side and there's two bolts through, and you line them up and you get some nuts, because I haven't got any other screws and nuts and fixings that are missing. I didn't get a bag of hopefuls, and they're an entirely different thread to all the other machine screws that are set in the wood. And then there's M8s and M6s. It's not very consistent. It's like he got his old Quality Street tin of odds and sods out and codged it together. It has warped a bit because now the grass strip here doesn't quite want to play unless it goes up on a rise. Oh God. Then there's all the indiscrepancies where the tracks join one another. So I don't know. Now I've put it all together, I've still got to sort this out because it's an absolute abortion. There's nothing there to hold it up, because obviously when he built it, it was on bits of furniture and old metal racking. None of it was, you know, it was built to fit whatever it was, which is the trade-off with layouts. They never fit anywhere else and they never go back together again the same. There's some strange angles as well to sort of make it have worked. So I've got to sort this out, because I think he had it as a detachable section, but it doesn't line up properly. This end is too tight and the rail's lifted. That end doesn't go square. I can't push it further that way because obviously I'm against the ramp. It was touch and go as to whether it was going to fit in. I was hoping it would go between the columns, but it doesn't. So I've had to bring it forward, but because obviously where they had it built, there was a set of metal racking here. So that gives me a bit of clearance. So I've just got 4 trestles, a piece of wood and a workbench, which I think is sitting slightly high. So there's a lot and lot of fettling to do that may be more trouble than it's worth. But I just wanted to see if I could get it going. I mean, obviously all the wires have been disconnected. There's the turnout switch controls. I think it was a DC, yeah, it was a DC layout. All the controls were DC. So I've obviously got to sort out track power. And try a little cheap loco on it, and then also all the track wants cleaning, because I think the house was empty for a long while before it was sold. It's got an odd, it's been there where the board's cut, and it did go 2 parts here. There's broken bit of rail there. It's lifted right up, but it goes to nowhere anyway, because I had to take that bit out to take it apart, because the board came apart there, so that bit would need relaying, and I ain't gonna sod about with it. I just wanted to see if I can get the 2 outer loops running to try a nice long train, but that might be a quest too far. Bridge looks quite good though. Let's see if I can salvage that. And then obviously he was going to have a river running along there. That went up to a road to nowhere because the garage wall was there. So there was the girder bridge, a Rocco one. Well, it was a bit of Rocco and a bit of Triang and a bit of Airfix, I think, codged together. So the road's just bit of balsa wood, and we have got KD magnets set in parts, so hopefully I can get them off. So I think it's going to be a scrap salvage job really. I mean, I just wanted to try it for winter really, just to have something to play with other than the brewery one. I can put that out of the way and give myself a bit of room, but obviously the problem is if I can't store the wood outside in a suitable locale, then all this work will have been for nothing, because I'll have to take it apart, stack it somewhere and put all the wood in here. But if you don't do it, you don't know, do you? So bugger it. My back is killing me now. Time for some beer and cocoa de mol. And the mountain shed some more bits. I did find there was a missing couple there. Like, they managed to be saving the van, and I don't know what that is. Supposed to be a bloke with his dog. Seen better days. Looks like a bit of a mouse turd there. I don't know whether that's in the van or whether that was in the garage where it was. Yeah, so the old seagrasses took a bit of a hit. But yeah, we will see. We'll look at it again tomorrow if I'm still able to move after moving all the wood, and I've got to go Adam Brooks the day after. Yeah, we've got a broken rail here, so we're going to have fun and games trying to get anything to run without it derailing. I don't know whether I can try and bodge that with some glue or something. I don't know. I have got some bits and shits I could try and repair it with, but it's just very awkward bending over to cut the rails when I can't stand upright because the bloody car lift's in the way. But I couldn't put it on top of the car lift and put the van outside, because then it gets in my way of moving stuff through the drive to do the building work. So it was a rock and hard place. Well, 25 sheets. They shortchanged me by 1 sheet. Never mind, I'll give them a ring. They're going to drop one up. So that and that is 1,200 quid's worth of lumber.